Meet the Willbuts, a short animation depicting how sugar-sweetened beverages and an unhealthy diet impact a typical Caribbean family, has been shortlisted for the World Health Organization Health for All Film Festival. Meet the Willbuts was submitted by Lake Health and Wellbeing, a public health NGO in St. Kitts and Nevis. Today on Good Morning SKN's Expressions, we warmly welcome Isalean Phillip, Advocacy and Research Officer, and Oyehmi Begho, IT and Creative Director, to tell us all about the creative process behind Meet the Willbuts animation, and of course to celebrate with both of you on quite an accomplishment. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Morning, welcome.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, first of all, congratulations, because this is very exciting news. I've actually seen that clip. I can't avoid it when I turn my television on. So it's very engaging, I have to say. And the fact that you were here today is, celebratory. So how does it feel to have the submission recognized by the World Health Organization in this way? Oyehmi.
Isalean, ladies first.
I mean, it's a really great accomplishment, not just for us at Lake Health and Wellbeing, but also for St. Kitts, because I believe we would have been the only submission from St. Kitts and Nevis. And so it's really, really great for us to kind of get this recognition as a small island state on this global stage. So, just to recognize the kind of work that we're doing in terms of health education and health promotion. So it's really a win for all of us, I think, not just, us as an NGO, but also for St. Kitts and Nevis, because it's recognition that we can say we have on the global stage as a small island state.
And now that the lady has spoken, Oyehmi, do you have anything to add to that?
Not much, that's why I let her speak first. I will say though, we nearly didn't submit it. Well, I nearly didn't want to submit it. It was our director and founder that was happy with it the way it was, because I was actually going to redo it. But she was happy with it the way it was and just decided to submit it.
Well, this is great because we know, in fact, that there were over 1,000 submissions from 110 countries. So to be where you are is quite an accomplishment indeed.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So congratulations again, guys. So is there any way in particular that this animation will help to spread the awareness for the You Are Sweet Enough campaign?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was initially intended to be part of the digital advocacy that we've been doing around the You're Sweet Enough campaign. And as you guys know, I came in, a few weeks ago to talk about the campaign and what we're trying to do in terms of raising awareness of the dangers of sugar-sweetened beverages. And essentially Meet the Willbuts, it kind of depicts a typical, not an uncommon family situation where we have, a small family, Caribbean based, that, consumes these sugary drinks, but then we see the effects of these on the parents and then on the children, and then the kind of socioeconomic issues that, come out of it. So even though it's a really short clip, I think it's really packed with just the key messaging and the information that we want to share around the dangers of sugary drinks and how it not only affects our health, but it can also affect our finances, our relationships, and just our, kind of life options and opportunities. So I think it definitely was just kind of helping to amplify the You're Sweet Enough message, which was the main objective, really.
Well, I must add, I see there are some beverages just behind you. I would never want to drink them if they were labeled this way in the supermarket. So I must add that.
Yep. And I must say, labeling, front of pack labeling is one of the policy options and interventions that have been advocated for as a region, particularly by our Healthy Caribbean Coalition partners. So yes, so when you see the drinks, just try to remember, obesity, diabetes, heart disease.
Heart disease, oh my God.
Yeah.
When you link it like that,
I wouldn't drink, I wouldn't buy them. I would not buy them.
It's like a nightmare. I'm going to dream of the drinks walking behind me now and all these things coming, heart disease, obesity, whatever.
See, that's another good idea for another animation. I'm going to use that.
Please go right ahead and come back to talk with us about it, of course.
About it.
All right, so as we are on the topic of animation now, let's talk a little more about it. First of all, I noticed in the clip that we just showed that the dog seems to be the slimmest member of the family.
He does not partake in the beverage.
Good for him. Well, he does not partake in it. But in terms of the process and even the name, where did the name Willbuts come from?
Okay, that's a funny one because it was quite debatable. We went through a couple of names, and okay, so the start of this process, I have to mention that involved the Ministry of Health. It was the Health Promotion Department. So we had Dr. Carty and Vera from the Health Promotion Unit, and we did a lot of consultation meetings and strategy meetings on what we use particularly. So everything within the animation you see is well thought out. So even the name kind of came into play, and I kept on coming up with names, and they were like, nope, you can't use that. Someone's that name, and they will probably know it's them or think it's them, etc., etc. So we had a new person come into, I think, their unit, and he has a name similar to the Willbuts. So I kind of switched it around, and then I thought of something comical to fit. It was nearly both things happened at the same time, thinking something comical in the name and a name that would still work that nobody has. So that was the hardest thing, finding a name that nobody actually has on the island. Well, we hope.
I don't think so.
I think another thing to add to that, if you listen to the clip, there's an aspect in there where they talk about, oh, we should quit sugary drinks, but they're like, we will, but. And so I think that's kind of the concept. So you have the Willbuts,
Yeah.
Well, obviously with their size, I imagine at some point or another they will butt as well. So I get the humor.
Welcome to the beautiful islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. Today, we'll be spending time with the Willbuts. They're a happy family that love liming, and with plenty of food and drink to go around, life is good, but not for long. Sadly, the Willbuts never paid attention to what they ate or drank. And when asked to reduce those sugary drinks, they joked and said, "We will, but not today." Unfortunately, a year later, Mr. Willbut had a stroke. And a few months after that, Mrs. Willbut was diagnosed with diabetes. From hospital bills and the cost of drugs to time off work, this began to take its toll on the family. But it wasn't until they saw the effect it was having on their children that they finally decided to make a change. You see, the Willbuts realized their family was already sweet enough, and a healthy lifestyle was the best gift they could ever give them. What gift will you give your children?
I have to say, I love all the elements.
Yeah.
Love all the elements in that. Even the garbage truck.
Throwing it away.
So let's talk about the animation even in more detail. We were talking during break, Oyehmi and Isalean, all about the team potentially that you were working with, and you mentioned your reason for somewhat going it alone. What can you tell us, Oyehmi?
Okay, as I said before, as we started, the campaign started basically with the Ministry of Health wanting to find another way to be able to promote not the use of, the reduction of SSPs. But they didn't want to go with the traditional way of doing it, just a normal advert with people. So they wanted to see if they could find something more engaging. So they actually started with a consultation with us before we came on board, kind of separately with getting funding to do it as a full campaign. So that's when we were first introduced. So the animation part actually was a suggestion, but then we kind of fleshed it out to be something bigger. So if you actually look through the campaign, we've got different stages where we've done other animations as well that are slightly different, but all of them have a target audience that we still want to reach.
All right, so tell us about the other animations that you've done. Isalean?
Okay, sorry, go on, Isalean.
Sure. So, I mean, we have Meet the Willbuts, which is obviously kind of winning and shortlisted. But then I think one of our most popular ones that we have, it streams on ZIZ very regularly, is the one with the water and the Coca-Cola bottle. I don't and so
okay, we call it Real Talk.
Yeah, Real Talk. Real Talk bar, and it's pretty good. That one's pretty comical, and I think for each different one, we try to the Meet the Willbuts kind of appeals to emotion a bit more. Real Talk bar is very comical. It's humorous. We also have a couple of short ones where it's kind of like gambling with your health, or it's kind of a slot machine. And so there's a variety of animations that all kind of came about as Oyehmi's creative genius. So we're grateful for that. But we, as you said, we're really trying to target different demographics and audiences, but with the same message. So that's one thing that kind of stays across all of the animations. The messaging is consistent.
And the messaging is effective as well, I have to say, because with the Real Talk bar, I saw the love affair with sweet beverages coming to an end. It was like a breakup that, the sweet beverage didn't see happening. So very comical indeed, and effective.
Yes.
So, Oyehmi, how long have you been an animator, if I may ask?
Oh, wow. See, I still up to now, I probably wouldn't call myself an animator. I probably prefer the word creative. I think I wear many hats, different times of the day, and usually not early morning, as Isalean would know. So I dabble in many different things. So I still probably wouldn't call myself an animator, more creative, because we do loads of different things, and I still have a part to play in other things as well. So I think animation is just one part of what we have in our arsenal to do effective promotion.
Yeah. And can I just say that Oyehmi is a genius behind any of our creative products. So website, anything like that, anything creative that you see. So he's that great. He's just
thank you. And I don't love being in front of screen. I think that's the only part. This isn't me. This is Isalean's forte. She dragged me into this. I like being behind the scenes.
But yeah.
Yeah, but that's typical of creatives anyway, so we understand it more than you don't believe us. All right, so let's talk about the website. Since you mentioned it, Isalean, that website, again, remind our viewers where it is.
Sure. So, of course, you want to find out anything about the campaign. It is www.youaresweetsenough.com. And on there, you can actually find all of our videos, all of the animations that have been created for the campaign. You can also find where we've been in terms of media. You can also find quite a few blog posts that are written by myself as well as Abby, our director, and just kind of giving information and spreading the awareness about the issues and things surrounding that. So you can definitely follow our activities on our website. It's just as bright and as colorful and engaging as you see all of our animations, because again, that was the brainchild of Oyehmi. And as well, if you want to find out more just about Lake Health and Wellbeing, you can actually visit the organization's website, which is lakehealthandwellbeing.com. And you can find out more about the other projects that we also do in relation to health and wellness around different other areas and issues outside of NCDs as well.
Great, thank you.
So, Isalean, what's next for your Sweet Enough campaign?
What's next? So, well, currently right now we're in this space where we're actually trying to work a lot more closely with the Ministry of Health. So the public education and awareness piece, you probably see a little less of me in the public doing public engagement, but we're actually working behind the scenes with the Ministry of Health, actually working on developing the SSB policy, which is what we've also been advocating for in terms of government intervention. And so you'll find we'll probably be hearing a lot more about the different policy prescriptions that we've been advocating for and that have been recommended. And we're also trying to see how we can work and connect with other civil society organizations to form stronger alliances around public health policy advocacy across St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider Caribbean. So I'm sure you'll hear more from me or just from the campaign as we go along. But of course, we're kind of moving into seeing how we can get government to take a stronger role by implementing and adopting a policy and implementing some interventions that will support the shift in culture to promote healthier environments, which is ultimately what we want to see to reduce non-communicable diseases in Federation.
Oyehmi Begho, Isalean Phillip, congratulations once again. A great work. Thank you for the work you. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And all the best to you.
Thank you.
And hopefully we get to talk again about other animations that you collaborate on.
Okay, excellent. Oh, we do have a workshop coming up at the end of the month that focuses on animation, and we want to see if we can, in a way, help other NGOs and SEOs see how they can harness the power of animation. So at the end of the month, if you keep on checking the Lake Health and Wellbeing website, we'll have the dates up there.